The off-duty Alaska pilot accused in a shocking attempt to shut off the engines of a passenger plane mid-flight, pleading not guilty today. So this is Joseph Emerson in court this morning. He was released from custody in Oregon, allowed to go home to California as he awaits trial. The court issued several conditions, including barring him from any drug use. Prosecutors tried to indict him on 83 counts of attempted murder for the people on board the flight from Everett to San Francisco, but a grand jury indicted him instead on misdemeanors of 83 counts of endangering another person. Back in October, Emerson was in the jump seat of the cockpit when prosecutors say he tried to crash the Alaska jet. The defense says at the time of the incident, Emerson felt like he was in a dream and that he never intended to hurt anyone. They say Emerson was depressed after losing a close friend. He hadn't slept and also admitted to using mushrooms a couple of days before getting on that flight during a getaway trip in Washington. But this high-profile case raising major concerns about pilots and their mental health. I sat down with Jim Smith, a retired commercial airline pilot. For much of Jim's career, he flew for Northwest. So, Jim, thank you so much for joining us. And as someone who has 39 years of flying commercial airlines, when you first heard about this Emerson case, what was your reaction to this?
In any aviation incident, accident, or anything, you never want to rush to conclusions before you get all the facts. But it's upsetting to all of us in the profession.
He admitted to taking mushrooms 48 hours prior to getting on that flight. He also said that he was dealing with depression after losing a close friend, couldn't sleep. All of those things, the defense says that was the reason why he was in this dream. He was trying to wake up, and that's why he did what he did. Are those explanations enough for you?
I don't think it really matters what they are. The fact that he took these hallucinogens pretty much is a guide to what his character is. And, you know, it's very strict. The airlines and the aviation world, you can't take any kind of alcohol or any kind of drugs whatsoever.
The NTSB holding its first summit after Emerson's case, and you know, a survey says that 12% of commercial pilots showed signs of depression and 4% of them said that they had suicidal thoughts. When you see data like that and you're about to get on a plane, it really scares you. So what can be done to help these pilots who may be scared to come up to say something is wrong because they're worried about losing their jobs?
I think that there's probably a better way to do it than what we have now. I know they have with alcohol rehabilitation. They have relaxed a lot of it and become much more humane. Everything is available for them now. It's just the reach out is what identifies you now, and the scrutiny that comes down upon you. If you can do that in a much more private manner.
What is your advice to those pilots who may be struggling, but they are scared to speak up?
Well, I would suggest that they take time off, you know, just take leave and get themselves squared away. Otherwise, this kind of incident is going to happen.
Jim Smith there says he doesn't want this bizarre case to derail what the industry knows and stands for, that overall flying on a plane is very safe and reliable. Luckily, the pilots in Emerson's case quickly reacted and stopped things from escalating. Alaska Airlines says Emerson is no longer with them.